Welcome to the show. Robert, what's up, my man? Let's go, man. Today is going to be an amazing show. Thank you guys for watching. Let us know where you're watching from. I'm Julio and my co-host, Robert Barbosa. Robert, how you doing, my brother?
Oh, doing good, being blessed. Um,
Hey, we
excited
call.
for what's about to happen.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, we called it last night. Remember about the view next to the chopping block? I guess we were right. But before, we're gonna start with some other news. Let's start with immigration news. Just just glazing over, not diving into. Our main topic would be, the view going next to the chopping block because Stephen uh, Colbert done because they're losing a lot of money. They were losing like $40 million for like 8
It's
years.
crazy. How
It is.
how how are you even making business?
I know. And 20 million alone was on his salary. So 50% was his salary and 20 other million was on running the show, paying other
Just the over
people,
yeah, just the overhead.
just the overhead. So it was they were losing money. Plus the lawsuit that Donald Trump gave to the Wall Street Journal, and that is, it's owned by Fox and on, they own CNN. The same guys own everything, so it's gonna be it's a domino effect. Donald Trump is bringing everything down, so I don't know how that gonna end up, but I guarantee you, probably Trump gonna get at least 5 billion. So it's a lot of money. 10 billion is a
It's a
is a
lot of
lot of money.
money. It's a
It's a
lot of
lot of.
money.
So hey, check this out. This came up. I saw it today, this morning, in the FEMA states $608 million to build migrant detention centers. When I mean centers, I guess it just, not one but many throughout this different states. I know in Texas we're building, I believe, one or two, if I'm not mistaken. You were mentioning
Yeah,
something in Kansas City, or Kansas City.
yeah. Kansas City, Texas.
They were building one. I know they're building one here near Houston. I remember they bought the property and they were prepping, getting the permits and all the stuff done. Not even 40 minutes from Houston. So yeah, it is moving at a fast pace. These shelters or migrant detention center, uh, they will be up and running probably in a year.
And see, this should be the wake up call to the immigrants. I will say the illegal immigrants, right? That dude, I mean, we're about to allocate this money, and the only reason why we're doing this is because we're being stopped because of some belief that, hey, we're violating their you know the Constitution by doing this. So we need to detain them somewhere, right? Don't let
Yeah.
them loose. We need to detain them somewhere while they go to court proceedings. And I mean, it just sucks that we have to waste this money
Hmm.
because in reality, if you guys just take the money and go home and get, you know what I mean? And then try. I mean, did you see that video of that one guy that uh they were in Mexico with his wife, and the wife got the news that his immigration status, he got green card, and he broke down in tears. He was like doing some manual labor. Like, why can't we just do that? That's the right way.
Yeah, yeah. When you do it right, you don't have to look over your shoulder and be worried about getting deported when you do it the right way. By the way, this is another. Let me show you. This was from DHS talking about migration. DHS statement: arrest on a man charged with assaulting ICE law enforcement officer. So this is not the first case. This is one of many cases throughout the entire nation on people assaulting on ICE agents. Like, I mean, it's one thing that bad enough that you hear. If you came over here illegally, you already broke the law. So why you have to break another law by assaulting an officer? You know what I mean? Like, I mean, if you want to come back, like you were saying, a lot of people are self-deporting, and they have the chance to come back the right way. You know, so I don't. If it was me, I would take that chance. I would go back to my country and come back as a, with a work visa or something. There is many ways to come in legally. I don't know why they always choose the wrong way.
And man, and to dude, this is nuts. You know, we there's people that claim out there that says, oh, they're just here to work. A lot of immigrants, and that is true, right? Maybe the
Mhm.
majority of them are, but when you look at this case, this is not one isolated case. I mean, you got Jocelyn and Gary. You got, I
Mm,
mean, uh, you know, what was her name? The one that I can't think of the other, but there's just so many of them,
yeah,
and
I mean,
you know,
we had the officer got shot in the face 2 nights ago
this is
in
this
New
is
York.
yeah, this is yeah,
This
exactly.
this is another case, and it happened today. They released a statement today. The U.S. Attorney of the Central District of California. It happened in California. Uh, they announced federal charge against Jose de Jesus Ortega and Daniel Nadine Davila. Ortega was arrested seeking and is seeking the arrest of Davila also. They both, he got arrested and they're looking to arrest her for assaulting an officer and conspiracy to prevent force by and intimidation and an officer from discharging his duty. So they were trying to intimidate the officer
So
and prevent
oh,
arrest. So
so they knew that he was a an ICE officer. That opens a bunch of can of worms because earlier, I think yesterday when we were having our live, um, it was determined that they didn't know if he deliberately knew if that guy was an ICE agent or
mhm,
it was just like accident. But now by reading this, it seems like these people knew he was a ICE agent.
yeah, yeah.
That's
In this case, yes, I think he was. Uh, they were enforcing the arrest of Ortega and the arrest of Davila, but they decided to assault him and trying to intimidate the officer, and I guess they're getting more charges piling up. I mean,
dang.
you have already a trespassing of illegal. That's probably a misdemeanor or felony, whatever it is. And now you have another case now on top of that, probably two or three by resisting and conspiracy, and by intimidating an officer, federal officer. So you got like three more charges on top of they already have. So they done. I mean, they're going back to their country. They cannot even come back.
Wait, what did that say in the bottom? The media attempted to
Oh,
demonize ICE agents by saying that our agents were assaulting individuals inside a medical center. But that is completely false. On July 8th, ICE officers conducted a target enforcement operation where one of the illegal aliens fled on foot to evade law enforcement and end up near the Ontario Advanced Surgery Center in San Bernardino County. Dang, that's where my wife was from, San Bernardino. Surgical center staff members Jose de Jesus Ortega and Daniela Nelly, whatever, obstructed and assaulted ICE agents. Oh, snaps. So she went, man. Oh man, dude, this is nuts, dude. And this guy's been arrested multiple times for beating this chick, I guess, right? Cuz domestic violence and then released. That is
let
just
me.
crazy.
Uh, no, they haven't said nothing about it. They were.
No, I'm saying because when the news broke out about this guy, they had said that in the news that he had been previously arrested, I think, for domestic abuse.
The news has been proven false all along. I don't trust mainstream media. They always come up with some
Yeah,
news Like the remember that lady they got arrested the other day because she faked her kidnapping by Ace agent, and she was found about 100 miles away doing shopping just normal, and they found her because she was using her cell phone. And
Dude,
they opened a GoFundMe. They were getting money. You have the mayor of the city claiming for her return, and she was like 100 miles away having a good old time. I'm like, come on, you guys are. I don't know. People are like dumb as a bag of rocks.
crazy.
I'm telling you, man, this is they're not learning. I mean, why you don't like if you see a nice agent, or federal officer or peace officer enforcing the law or carrying out his duty, I'm not getting on nobody's way. I would like, hey, whatever. If they arrest me because I'm Hispanic,
Hey,
I'm like, I'm not even fighting. Just arrest me, take me there. They're gonna figure out who I am. They're like, okay, you're good, and they're gonna let me go. But if you
yeah.
resist, come on.
Do you see? And see, this is me, right? This is what I would do. If they arrested me because they thought because I look illegal as hell, you know. If and so so they arrest me. I'm being quiet. Go take me. You're. I would say I'm an American citizen. Y'all making a mistake. I don't have to identify, but do what you got to do. Whatever.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
they would take me to jail, do all that stuff, all that foolishness, and while I'm there, just get bonded out, or they'll, like you said, they'll figure it out. But then the day after that, I'm calling my attorney, and we're getting paid, baby. Mm, we're getting paid.
Bro, hey, do you know the
Mm.
Trump dropped names today?
That's what I was reading about, but I got so occupied I couldn't continue reading that article.
I
But
know.
dude,
Right here. Let me show you this. Right here, Donald Trump start dropping names. I'm telling you, Daddy T is relentless. I'm telling you, this is sorry about that.
what it, yeah, it's good. What it sounds like to me, Julio, um, they probably thought they had a client list
Yeah.
and they didn't have a client list because again that information's been going passing along, but they're trying to but see, that's what I'm saying. Why couldn't they just be honest and say, hey, look, we thought we had a client list. The guy from that we got kicked out from the FBI that was in New
Mhm.
York, remember they had all the case files there, he must have got rid of them. We don't have proof to say that, but we can't find anything, you know.
Yeah, it is. It is all the same thing, man. It's all the time. It's just like media, man. I don't know why they're always trying to die in the same hill. They trying to uh kind of distort the news and just give people the half news and not the entire truth. They just like, oh, we're gonna give you half truth. Couple elements is right, is true, but the rest of it is just made up. And
Mm,
and there's always this proven, and the fact is, it was making me laugh a lot. It's just like they are disproven wrong. Not even an hour later, they getting debunked like an hour later, and it happens so quick. It's like it's happening in real time. It's just like, they're getting fact checked. They start with fact checking people. Now they're getting fact checked, and they don't
yep.
like it. They hate it when people come up and with their own critical thinking and debunking mainstream media, which is funny though. It is hilarious how everything just like evolves so quick. Let me show you the video of. Let's get into this. Uh, the view. Let's get into it because I wanna get your thoughts on the views. We called it last night. We were talking about it. We didn't know they were getting canceled. We just like we threw names. We seen Steve Colbert leaving, and I was like, ABC is owned by the same guy. They might go next. Just one crazy thought that came to my head. But let me show you this video real quick, and just let me know your thoughts on it. This is it is hilarious.
And before we go on hiatus, we only have one more show after this. I'm allowed to say that, right?
Too late now.
Okay, so it doesn't really matter. Yeah.
Before we go, I wanted to tell people that the tide is turning. The tide is turning, and things are changing. I mean,
Mm. Dude,
the
that is a good thing though.
Yeah, it it is a good thing they're finally there we go. They're finally gone. They are almost. They're not entirely gone, but it's almost. So
The
you have
countdown has begun. I mean, the fact that they're out there. Supposedly they're gonna take like a little break, right? I mean, if you go Google it, that's what the Google says.
yeah.
That it says the View has not been canceled. It's currently on an annual summer hiatus. The show hosts typically take a break in August, returning after Labor Day this year. Last episode before the hiatus aired on Friday, July 25th, and they are expected to return Tuesday, September 2nd. Now they're saying that that's like a regular thing. I don't follow the View. I don't know if that's regular or not. And if it says that it is, then um,
It is
again,
covered. It's covering up.
exactly right. I mean, to me, it sounds like they're almost like because the way she said it, right? She said, "Can I say that?" It's like
She gave
that
herself
gave it
away.
away.
They just give it away. They just because people didn't know. People didn't know. If they would create, if they created a pause, like, hey, we're gonna do a pause because we gotta fix this or do new studio or moving everything to a different studio, and we might be off, let's say 20 days, 10 days, whatever the case may be. They're not going live next two shows. They let people know. But this, people wasn't supposed to know.
Yeah.
People wasn't supposed. Let's listen what she got to say.
ultimate irony would be that Rupert
You.
Murdoch will take him down.
Yeah.
Fox News, who created the monster, will take him down. Marjorie Taylor Greene said that she doesn't accept Trump's handling of the Epstein case. I don't accept it, and I don't think anyone else should accept it. Tucker Carlson, Steve Bannon, Charlie Kirk have all taken aim over Epstein. Joe Rogan, they can lie about all kinds of things. Where's the Epstein files? This goes on and on and on. The QAnon shaman is turning on him. He's now calling him a fraud and a piece of whatever. Now, that is interesting to me and worth watching the news now because I want to see how this all plays out. Because prior to this, they've been, very much an acquiescence to the guy.
Yeah.
But now that is changing, and I feel positive about it and optimistic. Do you?
Well, I want to take a moment to appreciate Thomas Massey, who's a Republican from Kentucky.
Another one.
I don't agree with him on much, but he's always, he was in Congress when I worked in Congress. He's always been independent minded and willing to buck whatever administration is in power when it's something his constituents care about. And I respect that. He challenged Trump on the big, beautiful bill. He did on this and is going to keep fighting to get answers. I have two big things that stand out to me. How did Trump botch the PR of this so much? We know he likes to resort to deny, but we now know that in May 5th, he knew he was in the Epstein files. If he had come right out and said, my name appears in them, it is widely known we were friends and associates for years, there's no indication or allegation of wrongdoing. If there's something else we can release in the future, we will. I don't know that this would have been a month-long story until we got something else in the public. But this drip, this blaming Comey and Obama after he already was briefed he's in it, making up a new conspiracy theory saying he's not in it when he had been briefed.
Well, doesn't that...
Bro, let me tell you this. Trump played this beautiful.
Yep.
Let me tell you why. Trump played this beautiful. Remember a couple weeks ago we were talking about Trump, being smart and play this game of holding back to make the left asking for for the Epstein files because they were not asking for the Epstein files when the story blew up. They were quiet. They didn't say anything. But Trump held back until they start like claiming, "Oh no, you need to come out," because they're hoping Trump's name is in there. That's their hope. That's for them. That's their gotcha moment. You know, they're hoping, "Oh, Trump was there," even though probably on if they come up on the list, they probably on they say Trump was in the corner drinking beer with Melania and they sample, but they just wanted his name mentioned. That's all they want. Doesn't matter what he was doing. They just want to trend his name mentioned on that. But Trump held back until today, and they were begging now for it. And now Trump gonna give him the list, and people start coming out, like mention.
Hey,
The
dang, I see what you're saying. So,
know,
they're begging for it, so he's gonna give it. All right, you want it.
you
You
want it? Let's go. I'm gonna give it to you. Then do not complain if 90% of the people that are on the list is from your party. So
Yep.
that's what they can do about it. Nothing because now they're
Dude,
begging
he
for it.
he he his existence is crushing that party, dude. You know what I mean? The
Yeah,
Democrats are done, dude.
they're cooked. They are cooked. They have no idea what to do, but now they're begging for the list. Now let me show you the video of Donald Trump when he got interviewed and he was talking about dropping when he dropped the names because he was asked for it. Play the play it.
Want to talk about that. What I do want to say is that Todd is a great attorney, but you ought to be speaking about Larry Summers. You ought to be speaking about some of his friends that are hedge fund guys. They're all over the place. You ought to be speaking about Bill Clinton, who went to the island 28 times. I never went to the island. Do you maintain you did not write a letter for Jeffrey Epstein?
Bro, do you heard that?
Bro. Yeah. Dang. He said
28
28
times.
times.
And he knows exact number, not 26, not 22, not
He said
30,
28.
and 8 times. So he knows. So for him to say a number exactly, he gotta know. He gotta have some proof on his hands. Like you probably seen the fly
28
manifesto.
times. Mm. That guy is horrible, dude.
I'm telling you. Let's play it.
I don't even know what they're talking about. Now, somebody could have written a letter and used my name, but that's happened a lot. All you have to do is take a look at the dossier, the fake dossier. Everything's fake with that administration. Everything's fake with the Democrats. Take a look at what they just found about the dossier. Everything is fake. They're a bunch of sick people.
There you
That's
have it.
true.
There you have it. Donald
That's
Trump,
true.
man, he dropped names left and right. He didn't care. He
Dude, TDS is a serious condition. I mean, have you met somebody with TDS? Like I know I know
I
we've
see
seen
that
it
on
on TV,
yeah.
but like an actual person, dude, that is crazy. Like
Okay.
they will like the idea because I've tried it. I've asked my friend, "Hey, what do you think of this?" Because I think Obama did this. What do you think of it? Oh, it was excellent. Nah, it wasn't Obama. It was Trump. You know what I mean? Like, dude, they're just ideologues, really,
Man, let me see if I can find something related to it because it's funny.
man. But
It
guys,
is.
when y'all get to see this, or if you're seeing it right now, joining us, dude, get in this comment. Let us know because I feel like maybe I'm just I'm just sold on that Trump, man. You know what I mean? It's just like I'm not tired of winning yet, and I don't know how that feeling would feel, but I'm starting to feel like, man, against these people, these lefty loonies, man, they're just it's like stealing candy from a baby, basically. Is what I'm trying to say. You know what I mean? These
Yeah,
guys are
he having
crazy.
too much fun. I'm telling you, man, he having too much fun, and people cannot stand it. like him making strides and everything, and
Yeah.
and it's nuts like how people get, they don't see the stuff that we see. I guess they just like, so I mean, they start hitting the guy. They were not hitting the guy back in 2015. They were not hitting Trump back in 2014. Not even 2000. Now they're hating Trump just because the TV told them to hate him. That's
Yep.
all. So I'm telling you, now it, it is hard to believe how people are so, so so easy to convince, of a somebody on the screen telling you, man, you gotta hate Trump. Trump is a white supremacist. Trump is this. Even though it was a lie, they just said it anyway.
I
And
know.
they just like, whatever, and people start hating them for no reason. I'm like, just because somebody told you so? Like, it is stupid. But let me show you a video of a compilation. Let me see if I can bring it up. It was fun. On the Trump derangement syndrome. It is funny. Just watch this. It is.
Oh.
Listen to me, Republicans, listen! You are the people in history they warned us about! They warned us about people like you! Pay attention! We're losing our democracy! Wake up! Wake up!
Man, look at them
Holy
eyes.
fucking shit, you guys! I'm driving your car, but I just got a notification that Ruth Bader Ginsburg died! Fuck! Could this year get any fucking worse? Ruth! You just had to make it to 2021!
And they wear the same glasses, bro.
Because I just want to purchase something for
Fuck
myself.
off! You fuck off! Get the fuck off in here, man! Fuck, man! Fucking fucking can't stand your racist motherfuckers!
We're against Saudi Arabia, you dumbass! We talk
Oh,
about that all
Chink.
the time! We talk about that all the time! You don't know shit! What do you think? Lizard people are in charge? Is that what you think? Now you're pissed. Is that what you think? You're anti-liberal and you're pissed. Bullshit!
You just want attention.
I care about the American people. Good. You're the one flipping out. Anybody heard anything about it? I'm not going. Everybody get the fuck off my stage! Get the fuck off my stage!
Oh, hell no.
What the fuck? What a fucking cowardly little bitch. Yeah, get the fuck out. You spit in his face? Right here. Did you
That is
I would have punched that dude straight up right in the jaw right there. Boom.
yeah.
Dude.
The blonde chick got red pill.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yeah. She's well, she's still in the left, but she's now reasonable. Because I think she lived in New York and she came out and said like she got groped, or I'm sorry, she got SA'd by immigrant, and she basically was trying to tell people, but they were like, "Can you keep the fact that it's not a legal immigrant?" And she was just like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, wait a minute. This is what." But yeah, I'm she's still on the left, but hey, she's reasonable now. But yeah, she did get a little bit of red pill.
Yeah, she got red pill, and that's fun to watch, man. I'm telling you, this
Dude,
is
that
fun.
guy Chank, he's a
Oh man,
nut,
I
dude.
can't stand him. Yeah, he's out there. He was like, he was pumped in 2024 before the numbers come up. Remember they were
Yeah.
bumping, they were hyping up Kamala, even though they knew she lost, they were hyping it up at the very end, and they were like, they were having a copium of like, oh, we are winning, we won the battle, battle states, and they got the 7 states, and they were saying that she won, but the actual, when the numbers came up 3 hours later, Trump
Mm.
won all 7 battle states, and it was done deal. And then they were like all sad and back. I see this. I see them again, like in 2016. Surprised that Trump won by a big margin. Not only won the popular the popular vote, but he also won the electorate vote. You know, he won fair and square on everything, and they were pissed.
Dude, man, I will tell you this though. Um, it never gets old, Julio. Have
And
you seen the 2015, 2016 when Donald Trump won and they had the combination of people saying even had George Clooney saying there'll never be a Donald Trump presidency. Dude, that never gets old. When I'm having a bad day and I'm just like sad, because my cat ate my gerbil or something. I watch that video to make me feel good, dude. That's just funny, man. You
yeah,
know.
let me let me bring it up of Trump's reaction when he won. On this is about a minute long. Let me show.
Oh, when he's on his table, dude.
Yeah, let me show you. It's about a minute long, guys. So just bear with me. Just
It,
right here. Let me show you this screen.
I wish they would show what Kamala was doing when she heard the news she didn't win.
She
I would
was,
have loved to seen that reaction.
I think she was asleep though.
She didn't want to be awake for it.
Yeah, she didn't want to be awake. I think she was dead sleep. Let me play this video real quick. Actually, uh-huh. Let me play this video. It's fun.
Up with any of that post-election stress. Here you go.
I had the weirdest dream last night. Remember that guy who used to host The Apprentice? I dreamed we elected him president.
The big story is that America woke up this morning and was like,
did I do that?
If this morning you finally woke up from a coma, well, you might want to go back.
What we did was the Democratic equivalent of installing an above-ground pool. Even if we're lucky and it doesn't seep into our foundations, the neighbors will never look at us the same way again.
We put our 8-month-old son to bed, and I was holding him, and I said to him, when you wake up tomorrow morning, we might have our first female president. And then when we came home around midnight, I went into his room, shook his crib until he woke up, and screamed,
"Oh, messed up.
We have to get out of here!"
I watched news coverage all night last night, and it was especially interesting to watch the change in tone as the night progressed. They started out upbeat, but as the evening went on and the results came in, every anchor looked like a child slowly realizing that no one was showing up to his birthday party.
Now, today, Americans have the right to feel happy, angry, pessimistic, optimistic, but everybody should feel grateful that we get to vote, and if we don't get our way, we have the chance to try again. It is a beautiful thing.
Hey, that was reasonable. That last comment was reasonable.
Yeah, it was. But you know what? The funny part is,
Huh.
80% of those shows are gone.
I know. Oh man, that right there.
80% of those shows are done, are gone, and the big ones are coming up. They got like two big ones. I mean, they got the View about to be done, and you probably have like uh Fallon show coming up. So he might be next in the next few months. But if Trump wins or ended up in a settlement, which I'm pretty good that Trump will settle, but Trump will settle for a high amount to cripple them.
Yeah. Yep.
You know,
And it's much well deserved. Those people don't. I have no sympathy for none of those people, dude.
me neither.
Straight up.
Yeah, me neither. I hope they just learn the lesson. And I would like to close with this, man. I'm telling you, somebody said it, and it stuck with me and a lot of people. Like, if you go woke, you go broke,
Yeah.
and it's always it always ended up the same. Look at Disneyland. It went
Yeah,
wrong.
look at yeah, that's dude. Great minds think alike. I was just about to say, look at
Di-
Disney.
Disneyland.
Kathleen Kennedy.
Hollywood.
You know.
Yeah, you got the not even the Hollywood movies make the money they used to make 3 or 4 years ago. They're not.
Nope. Nope.
They ruin every franchise. They ruin Star Wars. They ruin Marvel. They ruin everything. People don't
Yeah.
want to see it no more because they start including the rainbow stuff in there, and people don't like that. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
I haven't watched any Disney show or
Me neither.
Disney cartoon, none of my family since
We
2014, to be
yeah,
honest
we
with you.
used to have Disney Plus,
Plus.
whatever, but I guess when they start doing the little alphabet stuff and putting it into the Disney, I call them up and cancel like right there.
Yeah, me too. I said the same thing. I don't agree with promoting the alphabet people, so I just gave out. The lady
Yeah,
was like, "What do you mean alphabet people?" And I go, the alphabet people. They're like colorful and they have nose rings and round glasses. Those people.
yeah,
you know.
yeah, those type of people. So yeah, and that's what we live in now. We have to like stand up business and just mean and mean what he's saying what we meant. You know what I mean? We have to put a fit on put the money where my mouth is, you know. So I'm glad that I just cut off Disney. I'm not giving them $100 or $150 a year. Or F that. Not anymore.
Yep.
You
Me
know, not
neither.
and I'm glad that I did. Now
I'm
we're
not
look
spending any penny on those people.
nope, nope. I'm the same way, brother. I'm not spending a dime. And now we are looking forward to uh do another uh round of uh, new movies. You know, it's summertime, movies coming up in after summer. So I don't know how they're gonna come up. I hope they don't ruin Star Wars. They put a director which is woke, and she already planned to
Dude, they
do.
need to come up with new movies though, like new innovations of storytelling. Let's stop re let's stop making old like
Yeah,
cartoons into movies, you know?
yeah, yeah. We need to go back to the good old times. You know, that's what we want. The good old times.
Like make up your own Spider-Man, like call it something else, you know? Let's not do like, "Oh, let's see what a black man Superman will be." Like come on, guys.
I
Just
know,
come
man.
up
They ruin everything. They ruin everything. But hey, let us know. Let us know what you guys think about all this stuff happening in this space. Is fast paced. It's fast paced. I try to keep up with the news, man, and drive me nuts. Try to keep up with all the news and everything come up. So it's like 20 news that we have to talk about. But I guess
Yeah, for real.
we gotta do just two live a day. Go to in the afternoon. We're gonna start getting probably like 20-minute live stream in the afternoon, and then we getting more live stream in the evening. But there's a lot of information out there, so we're gonna do our best to bring the latest and greatest, and let us know what you like. Uh, by the way, this is off the top, off topic, bro. Do you know that my wife bought me a doll? And don't think about those rubber doll, a Annabelle, from the movie Annabelle.
Oh no, no way.
It's on the way here.
Oh man, you are crazy. If I see that thing, I'll slap it.
Man, I'm already got my gas can ready to go. Once arrived, I'm gonna burn it. I don't want that in my house. I'm
Oh
telling
man,
you,
that's scary, dude.
it's creepy. It is creepy. I don't like messing with like ghosts and demon story. I don't like that. I'm pretty. I know that stuff is sick, man. I'm telling. I don't want to play with that stuff.
Mm.
Hey, by the way, you gotta tell me the story about your friend, the one that
Oh
we talked.
yeah, yeah, dude. So just real quick off subject, guys. Um, I don't want to say my friend's name, but when I was I'm 39 right now. So when I was like 16 or 15, there was this guy that was staying with us and my parents' house. And, my parents were going to church and, reading the gospel and all this stuff. And this dude was also too, but he was getting all about like, man, I want to investigate about how, the devil works so I can learn to combat him and this and that. And he got into reading these testimonies of these women that used to be witches that used to worship the devil and stuff, right? And he was reading hard on it. Well, one night I was uh I was sleeping and I woke up with people praying and screaming, and I heard loud noises. So I get up out of my room and I'm like, what's going on? And I look in the living room, and our foundation was concrete and we had like tile floors. And I see George over there foaming from the mouth, dude. And he's just like banging the floor, and he's like breaking the tile and the concrete, dude. Like, and you know how you hear voices when when you hear like multiple voices in one thing, it's like almost like a sound effect, bro. And so, but that wasn't no sound effect. That was what's his name in there, and I already said his name, but uh, and he's over there. We called him Georgie, right? Because I already said his name, anyways. But he's over there banging and banging, and he's speaking in tongues, dude. He's saying all these things, and the pastor of the church, the deacon, and another brother of ours was praying. And then when they seen me, they're like, close your eyes, just say glory to Jesus, close your eyes, because they say that your eyes are the windows to your soul. And that it says it in the Bible. And they were basically praying for this dude. And yeah, dude, lights were flickering. Everything was going like haywire, dude. And I was scared. I'm not gonna lie, I was scared. And my sisters, everybody was in the living room. I was like, because anybody that knows me, they'll tell you Robert's a heavy sleeper. So like I was dead asleep. So when I woke up and they were all doing that, man, I was just like, oh my gosh, what do I do, right? And so then out of nowhere, he starts like, it wasn't like he was levitating, but the way he got up from like being on the like on his knees on the ground banging on the floor, it's like it looked like he elevated. At least that's what I had thought or remembered, but I don't think he did. And then the lights went out, the breakers, like, oh boom, it just and then oh, I guess Julio had his power outage. But anyways, so well he comes back. I'm probably gonna have to re-explain this, but he could rewatch it. But so the power goes off, like the breakers, and he was crying, and he felt the Holy Spirit of God, and that time there, that was a deliverance. And this was like at 3:30 or 3:30 in the morning. And after everything was said and done, the obvious question is, what happened? How did this start, or what went on? I mean, I remember we were outside cooking some s'mores, and he played guitar, and we're just like singing some music. And then I went into the house, fell asleep, and then 2-3 in the morning I hear this is going on. And then my sisters tells me that, oh well, you know George was saying some stuff, and he was just like in the living room, and it almost felt, or they thought that it looked like he was like cursing the house. And so like, oh man, so my dad came out, and George was like speaking in those words like that. And so he called the pastor, and which is crazy because they drove out there, at middle of the night. They came there. It was like four brothers from the church, and that's including the pastor and my dad. And they were praying, and he was getting aggressive, but at the end of the day, Jesus triumphed. The Holy Spirit filled them, and to this day, that Georgie guy didn't remember any of it. he didn't even know. It was like he teleported, and he was like, "What happened? Like, what? Why am I here? How long have I been here?" Like he was just confused. And to me, you get that sense like, were how do you not know? Like, and I didn't get it, but now I'm seeing him. He's now like, a preacher. This is when I was 15. I'm 39 now, and this dude got some ministry. He's just, man, it's just insane. And glory to God, I got to witness that, and it's just crazy. But yeah, I wanted, I guess, just sharing that story. Oh, you're back. Yeah, the powers went out. It's because it's raining over here too. But I was telling the viewers, which you're gonna have to watch it back, Julio.
Yeah,
But it's just crazy.
man, I'm telling you, man, you creep me out. You see what happened last time, and now we get this power outage. I don't play games like that, man. Hell no, I don't play games, man. I mean, you start talking about it, and we're in the light right now. I'm like, no, no, I'm not playing
Hey,
games, man.
yeah, but I'll tell you what though, um, it's just crazy to me. I was telling the viewers that, yeah, he's now like a minister and everything, and he's been, on that journey with walking with Christ, and it's just I look up to him now, But when all that stuff was happening, he uh he didn't know what was happening. It's like it's like almost like he was teleported there, and he was like, where am I? He was freaked out. What's going on? You know? And I was, skeptical. If anyone knows me, I'm always skeptical. I'm always asking that question, like, what, oh, really? And I don't like to take things in, but um, just accept things. I have to digest it first in my mind. And like I tell everybody, I'm slow. I'm not dumb. I'm slow. It takes me a time, to just kind of like set everything in. You
Yeah.
start seeing like that meme where all the math and the geometry is coming in, and I'm just digesting it all the time. And uh, you know,
Just
but it's
processing
crazy.
everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
I never seen a actual demonic possession. Like, never in my life saw one. Never.
Well, okay.
I don't
Now
want to
I'm
see
telling.
one though, to be honest.
Well, like I was telling the viewers, and this is where you missed, but right after all that happened, and like as soon as the demonic went out of his body or out of the
Mhm.
house, the power went out. And when I said that, your power went out too, which is ironic, but the power
Mm.
went out, and all the breakers tripped, right? And then they turn on the breakers and everything, and Georgie was crying, and they were praying for him, and he was feeling the Holy Spirit. And um that's when everybody's there. And I remember I woke up to the middle of it, so I'm like, okay, is anyone gonna explain to me how did this even start? I was out before. I remember we were outside of our house, and I play guitar too. Not just piano, but I play the guitar, and we're playing, jamming out. And then I was like, all right, I'm gonna go to sleep, and I went to sleep. And then I wake up at 3:30 in the morning, and everybody's like, this is going on, and I'm like, oh, what the heck? And then power went out, it's flickering, and then it goes out, and then he's crying now, and they're praying. And then after he stops crying, and then he's like, where am I? What happened? And then the brothers are preaching to him, talking to him. And then I'm like, okay, no one's going to explain, right? So I leaned over to my sister, and I'm like, what happened? How did this happen? And that's when she told me, she's like, oh, I heard noises. So I stuck my head out, and there was George at pitch black in the living room. And it looked like he was praying, but he was speaking in this demonic tongue. And it's like he was putting a curse around the house. And so then she ran and got my dad. My dad comes out, and then that's when he calls the pastor, the deacon. It was like four of them that came, and this is already 2 a.m. So by 3:30, that's when all this was going on. And that's when they told me that that's how it happened. And my dad tried to confront him, but it wasn't George no more. Like it was like my dad best explained that his eyes looked like they were rolled back almost. And dude, hearing that, a 15-year-old, and then seeing that, dude, I was like, bro, that's scary, right? And I will tell you this, it gives you these chills that you don't forget. And then it's crazy because now that I know how that feels, there's certain people that I'll talk to and I feel that. So then I know like something's wrong with this person. Like you, nope, I'm out. It was. I don't even shake my hand, bro. Just I'm leaving. I'm turning around. I'm going. And it's just like we shouldn't be that way as Christians, though. You should
Right.
be able to have confidence, the armor of God. But you know, I'm not that strong yet in the faith.
Yeah,
But
me neither. I'm telling you, I'm not skeptical of that. I'm afraid of it. I got some respect. I don't play with the board. I don't play
yeah,
none of that.
no. Mm-mm.
That is calling for trouble, in my opinion. So, and I'm like, man, like whatever it has to do, like talking to spiritual entities or ghosts or something like that, man, I keep my hands, myself, and my whole body away from it. I don't want nothing to do with objects, Ouija boards, or any foreign voodoo stuff. Nope, I have no problem to run away from it. I would escape. And now that we're talking about, paranormal and enigmas and stuff like that, do you know that in Humboldt, I believe it's Highway 1160, there is a bridge.
Yeah,
Yeah. Have you heard about that story? Can you? Because
dude.
I just heard something, but I never got the entire story. I know
Okay,
they mentioned that it's people hearing screams and seeing people there, but
okay. So I'm from Humble. I'm from Humble, Texas. That's where I grew up. And there's this place by uh Houston, uh Westlake, Houston, right there
uh-huh.
on the bridge by 59 between uh Kingwood and Humble. There's a road called Townsend, right? The Townsend Boulevard. And in that road, there is a road that used to be an arcade place. We call it Moonshine Hill. And
What a creepy name.
yeah, dude. And it's haunted. I can verify and tell you that it's haunted. Back in the high school times, again, like everyone that knows me, and if you were with us, we went all in. We would do that, go there, and there's a haunted barn in Huntsville. No, not Huntsville. It's I'm sorry, Huffman over the bridge on 1960, and
Yeah,
leaving Atascocita.
yeah.
Oh, dude,
I
it
seen it.
was. Hmm.
It's bad. I seen it here just for the people that can get a description of it. All right, it is in the FM 1960 overpass in Humboldt. It is the north side of the FM 1960 overpass in Humboldt. It is rumored to be built on a land that once a graveyard. So they are they're thinking that overhead pass was built on top of the graveyard, which is nuts. When the graveyard was relocated to make way for the railroad tracks, it is says not all the remains were properly moved, disturbing the spirits. And the local stories of the people have witnessed decaying bodies, heard violent screams, seen ghostly apparitions or appearance in the on the overpass. One chilling tale describes a ghostly train that appears on the
Yes, I
overpass
know.
at midnight, accompanied
I
with eerie noises like a gate creaking or low menacing sounds. Some visitors report foggy, dark conditions with a tree shadow creating a horror movie-like atmosphere. Man, that is.
Dude, let me show you the bridge right now. Hold on. Humble, Texas, Old Bridge.
Let
And
me.
the thing is, that bridge is still there. It's abandoned, but no one, it for whatever reason, they don't tear it down. But let's see. Um,
There you go. I give you permission to present it. It's
yeah, let me
crazy.
see.
And they have
Um,
couple though. They don't have only one. They have a couple of haunted locations in Humble, Texas. They have the Purgatory Screen Park. It's also located in Humble.
you see it?
Yeah, let me see it. Oh, that's the bridge. That's
Yep.
the overpass.
Here's this one where uh where you fish,
Mm-hmm.
right? So the freeway's over here. Um it's just yeah, here we go. So me and my dad, we go fishing here at least once a week. But yeah, imagine seeing that at night though. That just must be creepy, you know?
Yeah, it is creepy on its own. And check this out. They have another one. Purgatory Screen Park, located in Humble. This is one of the top rated at haunted attraction in the area, featuring multiple themed hunts. Oh, okay, that's a local attraction. But they have Humble. Okay,
Hey dude, lightning's thundering over here and everything. I'm
no,
like,
hell,
yeah.
but that's the most notable one. The other ones are like you pay for a attraction
Oh, dude,
and fun, but the 1960 overpass that's creepy.
hey, let me tell you something. So in that same general area, a little bit south of that, um, there's a gym right there. Okay, so if anyone's familiar to Humble, Texas, right there on 1960, there's a Pancho Mexican restaurant. Right behind Pancho's Mexican restaurant, it's within this sub like a it's like a mall or something, right? It's like a bunch of offices. Well, this gym used to be a theater, and before that, um, it no, I think it was a theater all the way through. Well, anyways, that theater was known to be haunted, and on the second floor, and it always closed. Those theaters always closed down because the guys that would change the films, right, from the movies, they said that out of nowhere they would, something would throw the films at them, and people wind up quitting all the time, like, and so they didn't tore down the building, they just that part of the wing is now because of the gym, which I've never been in there, so I don't know if they kept that second floor or not. But uh, they said that second floor was haunted, and I had people from school that used to work there when I was in high school, and they would tell me, "Yeah, that place is scary." There was a specific theater room,
Mhm.
where everybody would avoid working there, but you know they had to. So and they said even while watching movies, stuff would happen. So it's crazy, dude.
And that's the one in the woodlands, right?
No, no, no. This is still in Humble.
Or is it
Humble
Humble? I
has,
know.
yeah.
I heard about another one in the woodlands. It's about a theater also in the woodlands. They have the same kind of uh, things happening, like ghosts showing up, and because it built it on top of the graveyard too. And I would look it up. And
And see, Julio, this my opinion. It's not ghost. It's not a spirit from another person. I think it's a demonic thing that just doing that just to torment people, or to confuse people, to sway them to think something else other than what it is.
Mhm.
And unfortunately, and again, this is my opinion. This is what I've come to theorize in my own journey in life as following the word of God, and or trying to, right. I'm not a perfect being. I'm gonna have flaws like anybody else, but yeah, that's what I believe, and that's why I've learned. You know what? I'm not gonna meddle with that because you could compromise your soul and be one of
Yeah,
those next bums that are in the street, trying to bite your ear. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So,
I'm
um,
telling you. Hey, check this out. I use Grok for finding information. And I will share this screen with the people so they can read along and kind of follow through what I'm saying. Let's put it this way, right? I don't know how to make it read. I'm not. I'm gonna learn how to make it read. I don't have a pad or something. So anyway,
well, if you're watching it through a desktop, you could probably see it better.
yeah.
Because I know when I was doing it on my iPad, it wasn't the same. But now, right now, the reason why it looks different, I'm doing it with a laptop, and I can now see what you're reading.
Yeah. So this is a haunted place down in Cinemark, uh, Tinseltown.
Tinseltown.
That's in the 1600 Lake Robin Drive. I drove through there. Uh, it's not far from what I am right now. Description: this is a 17 screen movie theater near the Woodland, Texas, near the Woodlands Mall. It's built on the site of the former mobile home park that was destroyed by a fire in 1971. Before the Woodlands was developed, before the Woodlands was developed, the fire reportedly claimed several lives, including a young boy and an older. The hunters, employees, and patrons have reported the paranormal activity occurring, sightings of apparitions resembling a man and a young boy believing to be the victims of the fire. Common phenomena includes shadow and figures seen theater seat and vanish when approached. Doors opening and closing on their own, phantom voices and light flickering like the one you mentioned, and also poltergeist like activity such objects moving inexplicably. Bro,
Mm.
that's the same appearance that happened in Humboldt Hotel. Remember? Like, stuff moving
Yeah,
around, people showing up. So they have that one. Uh they have
there's a
this one
Walgreens on Sawdust. Hey,
and Soda.
remember the spaghetti warehouse in downtown?
No, I never.
Okay, so they tore that building down, but Spaghetti Warehouse, for the people that do know this and the people that don't, there was a building in downtown Houston. And if you want, you can look it up. This is going to pop up everywhere because you could be there eating in the Spaghetti Warehouse and silverware would be thrown at you. If you're a guest, waiter, it didn't matter. Silverware would be thrown at you, and it got so bad. I mean, I don't think that's the real. Well, I think it's the real reason why they did it, but officially they didn't confirm whether they really did that or not.
Oh yeah, it's right here. Look it up.
Yep.
The
It says
location was
it says location 901 Commerce Street, Houston, Texas, approximately 25 miles from Humboldt, 30 miles. Okay. Okay, report hauntings. Here we go. The Spaghetti Warehouse haunted reputation stems from the history of the tragic story of a pharmacist and his wife, along other eerie occurrence. Okay, number one, pharmacist and his wife. Which okay, I didn't know this. I didn't know that it used to be a pharmacist. That's crazy. Okay, the story: a young pharmacist working in the building when it was a pharmaceutical warehouse reportedly died after falling down an elevator shaft in the early 20th centuries. His wife, devastated by his death, died of a heart attack less than a year later. Hauntings. Their spirits are said to haunt the second floor where most paranormal activity is reported. Floating objects. Diners and staff have seen bread baskets, cutlery, and other items levitating or moving inexplicably. apparitions, ghostly figures appeared. I'm sorry, believed to be the pharmacist and his wife have been spotted, especially in the second floor, even spaces and restrooms. A male spirit is said to shuttle around the men's restroom. Dude, that's crazy.
That is.
And I would remember that they would say that
They
that
have
it didn't
shouts.
matter.
They have shouts spirit too. Look, story. Some reports mention the shout ghost possibly linked to the building's antiques, like the cabinet used at all in plantation days
Oh,
were
like a
usually
urn in a
comfortable.
plantation.
Yeah.
Dang.
The hunting sound, okay, the hunters. Some of the children running, giggling, and making mischief have been heard, particularly upstairs. Salt and pepper shakers stored in the cabinets were found scattered on the floors in the morning. Oh, I'm done. If I'm there and I'm sleeping through the night, and I come back the next day,
Yeah, but that is crazy, dude. And they tore that building down. Um so some crazy stuff.
yeah,
Oh yeah, nope, nope. Don't even touch it, Julio.
I'm burning
I
that
already
thing.
know you've seen that connection to Annabelle doll. Don't even touch it. Nope.
Nah, I'm telling you, that is, man, it give me goosebumps. Man, I don't want to do that. Hell, no, I don't want to do it. I want to survive, man. I want to make it to 90 years old. You know what I mean? I don't want to die young. Remember that guy that died? He was a custodian of that doll, and he passed away. I guess a
Dude,
heart attack or
yeah.
something.
And I think that didn't something just happen because they were trying so it
They were trying to move
originated.
it, right?
Yeah, it was originated in Louisiana and they moved it somewhere up there by Colorado, I believe. And then they try to move it back to Louisiana. And in the process of that, I think somebody took it out and basically, and supposedly somebody encased it in this case where it couldn't do anything, but this guy took it out or something like that.
And he died.
Hmm. And I think it was just recently.
Yeah, yeah. Let me show you right now. I just pop it up. It's right here. All right, the latest news about the Annabelle doll says July 25th, 2025. All right, the details. In May 2025, social media platform like TikTok and X was erupted with rumors the Annabelle doll has escaped or gone missing during the paranormal tour in the U.S., especially tied to disappearance in New Orleans. These claims were fueled by fire, fueled by fire at the Norway Resort in White Castle, Louisiana, in May 2015. And the escape of the 11 inmates, I remember that. They had the inmates escaping, and which somebody linked that to the door presence, which I doubt. All right, Postal X, such as one from True Society back in May 2020, 25, May 20, 2025, claimed that the door moved with violent warning, okay, claimed the door movement violated warning from an Ed and Lauren Warren to keep locked in his case. Another user exclaimed, "What the hell do you mean that the loss of the Annabelle door, one of the most haunted possession?" So they debunk it.
But see, look, number two. Read number two. Sudden death. Paranormal investigator Dan Rivera, July 13th, 2025. Dan Rivera, a 54-year-old U.S. Army veteran and NESPR lead investigator, died unexpectedly on July 13th, 2025, in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, hotel room during the Devils on the Run tour, which showcased Annabelle. So he was doing a tour where he was showing this, which I guess he had permission to showcase Annabelle. The news broke via post on X from accounts like at TMZ or New York Post and at Daily Loud, July 15th to 16th, 2025, sparking speculations about a connection to the doll due to its haunted reputation. Official reports Adam County Coroner Francis Duro, I massacred that, confirmed Rivera's death was not suspicious and the doll was not presented in his hotel room, possibly in the van in the parking lot. An autopsy is pending with results expected in 8 to 10 weeks. The cause of death remains undetermined and no evidence links to Annabelle through social media continues to have speculations. But here's the thing. Again, I'm telling you, it's not anything is demonic. And so you can it just which some might argue with me that demonics can't possess non-living artifacts, but I don't think it's so much possessions. I think they're like real things, like they can come pick this up and move it, or they can they can really hurt you. So
Yeah,
again,
there is a podcast. Let me see if I can bring it up. I saw it on Instagram, and let me bring it up on X or Facebook. Let me because they were talking about they do ask the father the same thing. You know, it was a priest there that actually did exorcism before, and they asked him the same question that you asked right now. Uh, do demons can possess objects? And he said yes. They could be in objects. Like if you have an object and it's possessed, you could grab it and they can just transfer into your body. If you are like if you have a weakness or something, they can move they can move from object to the body, whatever you say. And that can explain your point. I would bring it up. Let me see if I can bring the video up. And I saw it on Instagram a couple of weeks ago, about a
hey,
week ago.
and
And that
you
was
do know
crazy. I didn't know that.
And you do know that the real actual Annabelle doll is not the one from the movies, right? The one that the real one is basically that rag doll. Remember those rag dolls that were like they were a boy and a girl and a twin, and they had like orange hair with uh yeah. So it's not really like the one that you've seen in the movies, which
Yeah,
that one's
yeah,
creepier.
yeah. Let me bring it up because I just it's happened a few minutes ago. Let me bring it up because
Yep.
it is crazy how it looks it looks different. Like you were saying, it looks different. It's not. It's this one right here. Let's show you.
Yep.
That's the
That's it.
one.
That's the real one.
That is crazy. That is crazy. That is crazy. They said they got a video of it. And that was man. Oh, because they were saying that was when they were mentioning that she escaped.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the moment they, were- they were mentioning that she escaped, which she did not. She's still in the case. But the actual people that performed the exorcism, they told her, keep her in the case. You know,
Yeah, don't.
I guess
Yeah.
the case is blessed or something, and she cannot
Well,
resurrect.
and see, I don't even think that really helps their work, anyways. I mean, I just think we think so much three dimensional, right? And because we live in 3D, three dimension, it's easiest for to think like a body, a vessel, or what we don't know how to distinguish what it means to be spiritual, right? We think it's encased in some type of body form, or we'll think like it's a gases or whatever, but it might not even be that. It might be something that we don't even know ourselves. And they could probably grab objects and make it seem like the object is moving from within, but it's not that. It's actually something holding it. It's like if I were to hold this mouse, and let's say you couldn't see me, you would see this mouse floating. And if it started to do this, but let's just say you couldn't see my hand, and it started to do this, right? You'll be like, "Oh my gosh, it's going crazy," right? But it doesn't mean it's inside there. So you enclosing it, where he's just standing outside of it. It's just so. I mean, I don't know. It's just that's why we don't even know. So we shouldn't even mess with it. It's like
I know. Yeah.
you know. I mean,
This
I'm
is
not saying to not mess with, like, question it or argue or articulate. That's fine. It's all, we can talk about it and all that. But when it gets down to these people that are trying to, like, oh, let me open this case, let me touch this doll, let's see, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Like, dude, oh, I
especially
see
when,
this one.
especially when they have a story warning about do not break the case, and and people be like, oh, that's stupid. I would do it because I guarantee there's someone out there willing to break the glass in the glass to see what happens, just to
Yeah.
see, you know, just to see. This is the guy that I want to interview.
It's hey Julio, and just to change the subject, it's just like the people climbing Mount Everest, right? I mean, like,
Oh yeah,
just to
yeah.
see what it is, and then how many people die in that, and they'll just be like, it's like they have an adrenaline junkie or something, and they do it, and you see all these dead bodies there as you're climbing up, and you're just like, it,
Wild, man. They have
dude, that's
people like on the side of the, they can do little walkways, path, and you see people just sitting there frozen.
with the rope still attached to them, so they won't fall. It's crazy, dude.
What's happening? The pot is still there now.
Hey, yeah, they're still there because it's so high up they can't get them out. They can't get the bodies out. So, like, I think they confirmed, which you can ask Grok, how many dead bodies are up in Mount Everest that
Then
we know of. But there's stories where there's a guy out there and he's famous on TikTok, and because I'm permanently banned from TikTok, I can't pull it up. But but there's this guy that says when he was climbing up there, Julio, he said that he's seen this body and it almost looked like it was still like he's just dying. So he tried to minister to save him, but it was too late. He was like probably an hour too late, and he left him there. He said that the climb was good, but that 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 excitement of climbing went away because as he went up and he had to go back down, all he was thinking about, I'm making the choice to leave this guy. Like, it took him long enough, which he said, he got educated before doing this. He knew that there was going to be people up there, but it's different from seeing it on a video, different from reading about it, different from people telling you to actually see the human body. And you can see that there's still, or you think there's still hope of life in that body, but really they're gone because frozen like this, and he just had to make that hard choice to say, I'm going to leave you here. And he says he struggled with it, and he just he just went, and then he climbed down, but he was just like, dude, even going down, he saw more bodies. Like, people made it up, and coming back down, there was more dead bodies coming down than there was when they were going up. So
that's crazy. All right.
it's crazy.
All right. According to Grok, as December 2024, an estimated 200 to 250 bodies remain on Mount Everest, with over 340 climbers having died in the mountains since 1920. The majority of these bodies are located in the dead zone above 8,000 feet, 8,000 meters above the sea level, where the extreme conditions make recovery efforts dangerous, costly, and often impossible. Somebody, some bodies are preserved by the freezing temperature and serve as a landmark for climbers, such as famous green boots, believed to be C1 I just massacred butchered that name, still has been moved or buried in recent years. So You got famous people up there. Just
Oh yeah,
like
dude.
famous climbers. They probably done it like 3 or 4 times and they couldn't make it this time.
Well, they say that when you get to a certain elevation, and there's no way to know how your body's going to react, but they say that there's this drug that you're supposed to take once you feel the first symptom of a headache. You're supposed to take this, and this will, it's something about the air being so light, and some people will die from that, not even from being frozen. They'll die
Yeah,
from that.
and
And
then they
dude,
froze.
I'm gonna share my screen. I'm gonna show you this video. It doesn't, it shows the video, but it's not explicit. So I'm just warning everybody right now. If you feel like this is something you don't want to watch, now's the time not to watch. It's on Facebook. So here we go. Um, all right, let's see. Um, Here we go. And that's it. That is crazy.
It is crazy. It is nuts how people steal their frozen. And there is over 200, or between 200 250. That's a lot of people.
It
That's
is. But
so.
see, that's the people that we know that people have reported of how many bodies.
Yeah.
I mean, there's
They
still
probably,
some
yeah,
that,
they probably reporting them friends when they come down, be like, hey, so and so died up there, and we couldn't get him out because they were saying, like you were mentioning, above 8,000 meters. That's the danger zone. I guess that's the point that people feel sick, dizzy, and that's they have to take something just to keep going or rest, and then just keep going up. Or I don't know. I never been to Mount Everest. I will never go. But how long it takes
that's,
the trip? It takes like what, 3 days or a week, something like that, depending
yes,
on the
see.
weather.
Yeah, I think so. But that's them rich white people money, because even if I had the money, I wouldn't do it, bro. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean,
You know, what
I
is
would
it
not
called?
risk it.
Elevation
I would not.
sickness.
I would not risk it. It's too. I'm rather to be. I like to
It's
be
called
safe.
it's called altitude sickness. Is a term of medical condition that can happen when you move to a higher altitude too quickly. The higher up you go, the thinner the atmosphere gets. That means breathing in the same amount of air gets you less oxygen than the lower altitude. And they say that your body reacts so different, and there's really no way to tell how who or what type of body, because they try to say, well, you have to be healthy, right? Which honestly, what on my fat ass is not going to make it. You know what I mean? So you would have to be healthy to make that climb. But they were saying that even the most healthiest person, they don't know how to know what your body's going to do. They just know that this pill that you're supposed to take somehow helps you, give you the chances to survive. But
I guess I mean, if you take that drug, you have to calm down. You
yeah,
have to.
yeah, you would have to, I'm sure. Well, I would. I mean, if I started getting those symptoms of a headache and stuff,
Yeah.
I'm turning my happy ass around. But
Yeah.
I don't know if you can do that per se. I think it's a lot harder to do that. I think
It is.
so.
It is special people.
Again, I love my life so much. I have so much entertainment right now.
Yeah.
I'm not rich enough to where I did everything and I have to find out something to do. So
Yeah.
it's not my problem.
Yeah. I'm staying here at sea level. That's this is my habitat.
Yep.
I can
I'm
see.
happy. I'm happy to hang around with you folks and talk about all these stories. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
that's so crazy.
All right, brother. Let's goodbye to the people, man. Hey, thank you for joining. I really appreciate
Yeah,
it.
and remember, we're not here to tell you what to think. We're just here to get you thinking. Stay curious, stay weird, and until next time, keep looking beyond the surface. This is Robert
And this is a See you next
signing
time.
off.
Yep. Hey, make sure to subscribe. Don't go anywhere before subscribing. All right. Thank you
Yep.
so much. Take care.
And
Bye-bye.
comment down below, but keep it civil.
Yeah. Take care.